Running out of space on your Steam Deck and want a bigger drive without risking damage? Don't worry. In this video, I'll show you how to safely upgrade your storage, choose the best option, and reinstall SteamOS. We'll do this on the latest organic light-emitting diode Steam Deck, but I'll also show you how to do it on the liquid crystal display version. There will also be a speed comparison between the original drive and the new one. This is Pavel, and you're watching the TechManiac HD channel. Let's get started. When the first Steam Deck launched, drive choices were usually limited to 128 and 256 gigabytes. Yes, 512s existed, but they were very expensive and rarely available in Poland. The situation has improved, and there are now some drives available in the 2230 format. It's true that the Steam Deck doesn't support Peripheral Component Interconnect Express 4.0, and as a result, the maximum speeds we can actually observe are around 3,500 megabytes per second. If we're thinking about the future, it's worth choosing something better, faster, and especially bigger. Currently, the IRDM Pro Nano 2 TB is the largest and most efficient drive available. It delivers up to 6,000 megabyte S-write and 7,300 megabyte S-read speeds with a price that remains competitive. It's true that the cheapest 2 TB drive is a model from Micron, but the speeds might limit us in the future, and it only has a 3-year warranty, while Goodram already offers us 5 years. Of course, warranty isn't everything, and lifespan also matters. Micron should handle at least 600 terabytes of writes, after which the warranty expires. On the other hand, in the IRDM Pro Nano model, it's twice as much, 1,200 terabytes. We often pick the cheapest options and regret it later. In this case, it's the IRDM brand product that has the best performance out of all the currently available drives, and on top of that, it's the second cheapest. That's why I'll be installing a drive from this brand in the Steam Deck, and although the 2 TB model makes the most sense, not everyone will be able to afford it. Fortunately, the IRDM Pro Nano in the 1 TB version also has the highest read and write speeds. It also has higher durability compared to the competition, a 5-year warranty, and finally, a very good price. Of course, this price is constantly changing, so as always, you can find the current one in the description of this video. By the way, every time I hold a drive in the 2230 format, I can't get over how tiny it is. It's amazing that such a small storage device can hold 2 terabytes. I mean, look, it's smaller than a secure digital card. But if we put a new empty drive in here, the console, well, it won't start. That's why before this operation, we should create an installation media with the SteamOS system. It's most convenient to use a computer. I'll leave a link in the description to the website where you can download the SteamOS system image. Now we need a program that will allow us to put the image onto a flash drive. Go to the rufus.ie website and download the installer or the portable version. Now we need a flash drive with a capacity of at least 8 gigabytes. If it's USB-A, you'll need an adapter later. Choose a flash drive with USB Type-C on one end and USB-A on the other. I'll add a link to one for about a dozen zlotys in the description. You can also use an external drive or a microSD card. Now open the Rufus program, make sure the correct storage device is selected, click Select, then double-click the image you downloaded earlier, now press the Start button, confirm that you want to format the flash drive, and wait for the process to finish. Depending on the speed of the flash drive, this may take a few minutes, and once we have the system media prepared, we can turn off the device, and I want to emphasize, turn it off, not put it to sleep. If you want to be ultra cautious, wait a few seconds, then hold down the volume up key along with the power button. Go to Setup Utility, select Power, and enable Battery Storage option. This will block the ability to turn on the device using the battery, and to start it later, you'll need to connect an external power source. But during this process, we'll physically disconnect the battery from the motherboard anyway, so honestly, it doesn't make much difference. That's why this is an option for those who like to play it safe. To prevent damage to the analog sticks, it's a good idea to put the device in the Steam Deck case, and only now can we proceed with the procedure of installing the new drive. However, the original Steam Deck is a bit different from the organic light-emitting diode version. In both versions, remember to remove the memory card. For the liquid crystal display screen version, use a size 0 Phillips screwdriver to unscrew all 8 screws at the bottom. Edge ones are longer, middle ones are shorter. Now, using a plastic tool, slowly slide it along the edge to separate the clips holding the cover. Next, use tweezers to peel off the sticker located on the metal cover. Try not to tear it, because later you will need to stick it back in the same place. There is another screw underneath it. Unscrew it. The cover is still held by 2 more screws, but they are a different size, so make sure you don't mix up which one came from where. Removing the cover lets us access the battery. Using a plastic tool, pull out the hidden tab that's pressed in there, then grab it and gently pull the battery connector out of the socket. Only now can we safely unscrew the original data carrier. Take it out and again, using tweezers if possible, try to remove the electromagnetic shield surrounding the drive without damaging it. The glue holds tightly, so allow some time for this. Use it to wrap the new drive and at about a 30-degree angle place it into the M.2 slot. Screw in the screw, connect the battery connector, make sure it's fully seated in its slot, then screw on the metal plate, cover the sticker, put the back cover on and press so the clips snap into place. And now, of course, screw in the 4 shorter screws in the middle and the 4 longer ones on the edges. On the other hand, to take apart the organic light-emitting diode version, we'll need a screwdriver with a Torx 6-bit. I'll leave a link to some interesting toolkits in the description. Unlike the liquid crystal display version, here all 8 screws seem to be the same length. Once unscrewed, handle the clips. Use a plastic tool to separate them from the device, and after lifting it up, we'll see the first difference between the liquid crystal display and organic light-emitting diode versions. Well, there's a ribbon cable attached to the metal plate covering the drive, and I highly recommend disconnecting it. Gently lift the latch and carefully pull it out. Now we can unscrew the metal plate. The organic light-emitting diode has just 2 screws, both on the left, one at the top and one at the bottom. Be extremely careful when lifting the metal plate. In the bottom right, a few tiny wires are easily damaged now. One cable is glued to the bottom of the metal plate and can't be removed. That's why you should set this part aside carefully so you don't damage anything. Now, I would suggest disconnecting the battery. Grab the tab and use a plastic tool to slide the connector out of the socket. By pulling first to one side, then to the other, you'll make it easier for yourself. Next, unscrew the original drive. In the organic light-emitting diode version, the electromagnetic shield slides off easily like a sleeve. Be sure to put it on the new drive. Insert the drive at a 30-degree angle, secure it with the small screw, connect the battery, attach the cover, screw in the 2 left side screws, and insert the ribbon cable. You'll feel and see when it's properly seated in its place. Close the latch, and that's it. Now just attach the back cover, snap the clips, and screw in 8 screws. Next, insert the system drive, hold down the volume down button along with the power button for just a moment, and then release them. You will see the boot manager, which should display the SteamOS image you created earlier. Turn it on by pressing the A button. Now select the option labeled Re-image Steam Deck, press Proceed, and wait a moment for the installation. Again, select Proceed to restart, and voila, the new system is installed. Time to check the speeds. For this, I'll use the KDiskMark program. The original 512GB drive in the organic light-emitting diode model is quite easy to fill up. You can see that when it's almost completely full, the speeds are honestly not impressive. Maximum sequential read speed was 2,300 megabytes per second. Write speed peaked at 1,800. After freeing up more than 100 gigabytes, the speeds should theoretically improve, but not really. So, since the original drive isn't impressive, let's see how things look after replacing it with a 1TB IRDM Pro Nano. Here we can see that the speeds increase to the maximum that the Steam Deck is capable of. Read speeds exceed 3,500 megabytes. Write speeds are just under 3,300 megabytes. It doesn't get any better than this unless we chose a 2TB drive, which would be worth putting into the 2nd generation Steam Deck in the future. If you liked this, please like, comment, and visit my website at www.techmaniacd.pl for more inspiring content with easy-to-use menus. See you in the next one.